Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
He has time.
He's got him. Left side touch is there. Leaping grab. Touchdown. Touchdown.
To perfection, expect nothing else. Do you like to make yourself a hot cup of coffee to start your day? We have both whole bean and grounded. Also great for all you iced coffee if not a hot kind of person. Even make yourself a frappe to quench your thirst. The best tasting coffee with espresso. It's only $18.99 plus taxes for a 12-ounce bag. Buy 1 to 5 bags and shipping is only $7. If you spend over $100, shipping is absolutely free.
Hey, good morning, and it's Ken and Ken in the morning, and back from DC, back from all the air travel. Yesterday was such a long day, man. It was just because of the travel day. I was literally on an airplane flying when the show was on. But dude, I got home. We got home. I slept most of the day, and then I went to bed early last night. It was just yesterday wore. Travel probably didn't wear me out by itself, even though we got like 3 hours of sleep because we had to be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning for our flight back on Monday morning. But between Saturday, Sunday, and then flying, yeah, I was wiped yesterday, man. So I caught a little bit of you guys on the plane, believe it or not. They had free Wi-Fi, and I was up for like 2 minutes of my flight. Saw you guys go live, and then I passed out. So, drinking extra coffee.
You can imagine that we talked a lot about the Bear game, especially the end.
Well, everyone, dude, I was walking through the airport for my connector, and they were talking about the game in Atlanta. You know, just you hear people talking about it. I mean, it was that kind of game.
About it.
It was. Well, here, let me just play you guys from my seat the last play of the game. I mean, no one could believe it. So it was, and I got another video. I won't show it right now, but my wife is sitting next to me. She's like, oh my God, did you see that? And everyone's like, everyone. You saw a couple of fans. They were like, oh my God. It was, and when he caught the ball, he kind of caught the ball, ran back to the back of the end zone. Was kind of like,
bro, when the whole pile moved out of the end zone, I thought, all right, he's short. When the whole pile moved out of the end zone, I thought, all right, he's short because he ran around too much. I go, he fucked himself because he went back like 10 yards. The whole pile came out. I'm like, he's short. And then boom, I was like, what the fuck did I just see?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was watching it.
It was, I mean, look, you know, we then after the game, we stuck around because, you know, getting out of the parking lots there are just like any other football stadium. Insanely nuts. So, we tailgated before the game. We tailgated after the game. And even the Commander fans last night, or Sunday night, were just like, you know, just like they were in everyone was in disbelief. Bears fan, there was a Packers fan there, by the way. He got razzed on pretty hard by everybody. Commander fan, Bear fan, everyone just yeah, no words. I mean, I talk to Commander fans like, dude, I've been like coming to games for 20 years. This was the most insane finish I've ever seen. You know, I mean, first off, how often does a Hail Mary work? The last one I could think of was the Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary that's so mired in controversy in Seattle.
Yeah.
So that was like, what, over 10 years ago? I mean, you know, you'll see 100 Hail Marys, 200 Hail Marys, it may be one actually.
I was going to say Rodgers had a couple of them around.
Oh, yeah. He had them back-to-back
16.
once.
Yeah.
2000.
Oh,
hold on a second. Bear down, Mike. I hate to say this to you because I love you, but shut the fuck up. Ben Stevenson, dude, that had zero. And I don't mean this like I don't mean this to be mean at Mike or anything or anyone else, but look at dude. Stevenson with the whole fan taunting thing, I get it. That wasn't great, but it had zero to do with the play itself. It had zero effect. He was still there. He had the opportunity to make the play on the ball. He barely got a finger on the ball, but did get a finger on the ball in a pile of people. It was pure luck that ball, deflected backwards, and that Washington Commander guy happened to be standing there. The receiver happened to be standing there, and even he was shocked.
Well, Ken, I don't know if you saw the video, but it was literally his hand, only his hand.
I was right there, dude. I was right there, 7 rows up in the end zone. You just saw where my seat was.
I get it.
Right freaking there. So, I mean, I get the taunting thing. Fine. He addressed it. I saw he addressed it. I mean, yeah, I should have done that. It didn't affect the play. If you just break the play itself down, it was one of those. So this will go down probably as the game of the year. It was one of those plays that a rarity that happened. I mean, and the way the game ended is what made it even. The way that game went, the fourth quarter is what made it even more oh my god-ish, because people tend to forget. Caleb drove him down. Now I don't know why you're trying to do a running play on the goal line with your backup center. That made no sense. But you know what? The Bears, they didn't break. They get lucky on the missed field goal, and Caleb marches them right back down. They punch in the touchdown with Roshan, get the 2-point conversion. It's a field goal game with like 30 seconds left. When the Commanders decide to return the kick, we were like, oh, well, thank you for wasting 6-7 seconds. Everyone's like, okay, Commander fans were heading for the doors. And when that final play happened, I almost thought they were going to get him. Then I thought, oh, there should be a flag because there were a couple they straight up took guys down, like clotheslined them, pulled them down kind of thing. I'm like, well, should there be some flags here on the defense? I mean, on the offense here for holding on that line. But okay, he gets the ball off, and then, hey, the ball tips in the air, goes backwards, and the guy is just kind of sitting there lucky as could be. I mean, great game overall. The offensive line for the Bears still needs work. It was very evident in the stadium that Jaden Daniels had time. Caleb did not. It was evident. I mean, I'm surprised Caleb did what he did. Everyone walked out of that game, Commanders fan, Bears fan, and like we're going to be watching these two guys go at it for years. And it's going to be great. So, but hey, a couple shout outs real quick though too. Commander's Corner Tailgate, thank you. We showed up. We actually got the tail end of Palace Hall. Got to go live with them for a little bit. They had a great tailgate. The cool thing about the tailgate in the end zone parking lot, or the red zone parking lot, where the main one is. Commander's Corner, they do a great job. It's a lot of fun. Wife and I had a blast with them. And then also Northwest Stadium, dude. I gotta get new Reds people. Also come with. That's a funny thing too. You see a lot of Redskins stuff, Commander stuff. You don't need to watch football stuff. Everyone still has held to the Redskins. HPR on their cars and stuff like that. But if you go in the stadium, you're a veteran. They have a USO club, which is really cool. You go in there, you got 2 free beers and free food. Beer is $17 in the stadium, guys. So to get 2 free beers out of the USO, and then they do a raffle. They gave away a signed merch, a signed bag. mini helmet, and I think they gave away a signed jersey. We didn't win, unfortunately. But great game, great atmosphere, great place to go see a game. So, if you're not a Bears fan, if you're a fan of another team and your team's going to DC this year, like Pittsburgh, well, they get a lot of fans to go there anyways. Go to a game in DC. Great place to see a game. Go see the guys over at Commander's Corner Tailgate. They're awesome. Met a couple podcasters out there. A couple of them are gonna. We might get a couple Redskin podcasters up here. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice. And Joseph, I really don't care. Joseph, I got 2 words for you. To quote my buddies at DX, suck it. All right.
Well, it's War Week against the Lions.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's not going to be a war week against the Lions. The Lions are destroying people right now.
That's all right. Still got to play the game.
Yup.
Yeah, they got.
I'm not saying the Lions ain't the hottest team in playing right now. That's that they are, bro. But man, you still play the games. You still try to knock the Giant off. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
With them,
I'm not conceding. I've seen so many videos. We're gonna get destroyed. Shut up, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
With them, it's amazing because like they have no Hawk or no Hutch, and they seem to like ratcheted it up. So yeah, I haven't been to a game in Baltimore yet, Michael. Real quick,
I'm gonna say I'm massively impressed with the way that Detroit has been able to rally around their defense now.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Gone.
That's the guys from Commander's Corner Tailgate, and yeah, really cool. And actually, on their hot dog buns, they got the Commander's Corner their logo on it. You kind of see it on the bun there, and they got. And then here's some other. They're a bunch of Bears.
Look,
fans
bro, you're undefeated at tailgating.
Yeah.
The Eli Manning commercials are awesome. He's like, we're undefeated at tailgating.
We're undefeated at tailgating. Dude, they had a great
totally,
tailgate,
bro.
Great tailgate. So, Commander offensive onslaught reporting. There was no offensive onslaught though, JB. I mean, those obviously not.
That's right, Philip. That's what I say. Look, man, it's a rivalry game too, man. You always play your rivals tough. It don't matter what your records are. You're scared of playing your other team, bro. That's just it. Look, I talk a lot of shit, man, but every time we line up against the Bears, it's my one team I don't want to lose to. But, man, there's a chance every week. I will talk it to the end, but there's a chance.
I mean, and the Lions are playing.
They're playing lights out, bro. They got
absolutely
best run team in the league. Anybody better? Anybody run?
I was going to say, but as a fan, if you don't feel like your team at least has a shot, you're doing this shit wrong.
Yeah, bro. If you don't think your team, if you don't think the Packers have a chance to beat these guys, anything can happen, bro.
52-14, man. 52-14. And here's the thing: like we were tracking the games, coming in with the late game. It's weird when you're going to the game. It's not. Oh yeah, there are games on right now. So you real quick go to the phone, check scores, and there were a lot of Bears fans sitting where I was down there. Then, like I said, there were a ton of Bears fans at the game. It was probably a 60-40 mix. And we're all watching, and then it's like another walk-off field goal for Green Bay. Are they going to be able to do a walk-off field goal against Detroit? Ooh, I don't know. It's gonna be a good game.
Hey. I already mentioned it to a Lions fan that I sit here and bullshit with every so often. I got a feeling that this is going to be another 2-point game.
Yeah, that's what, bro. It's good. I'm
it seems like it's the theme of the division,
somewhere around there, and either team could win. Either team. It's not. We're not going to give up. We're not going to lay down for them. The Lions are going to give us their shots. We're going to give them ours. That's it. That's how it's played, man. You see who takes the best shot, you go.
I mean, the only thing I could say is this with this week. You guys, obviously, the Lions are playing against the best offense they've hit the last couple of weeks since Hutchinson injury, right? I mean, your guys' offense, I'd say, is better than the Vikings. Definitely better than the Titans. So that right there is a plus. Their defense right now is playing insane ball, even without. But now you've got 2 games of tape without. So you guys should be able to scheme it better. Offensively, though, Yeah,
bro. Their quarterback's playing lights out right now.
And the running game is lights out. And that's the thing.
Yeah,
I don't think your defense is at that point yet, right? As
I
it's
mean,
still growing into the new scheme.
I was going to say, when we have Evan Williams in the lineup, the defense performs a hell of a lot better because a lot of guys can get to their proper position. But we saw last week when he was out how quickly that defense devolved a bit, which a lot of it I'm putting on freaking Stokes, and his ass needs to be gone at the end of this year.
yeah,
But Evan Williams is most likely playing against Detroit. So we should have our normal lineup.
I mean, you've seen a drastic difference. Our defense was shutting them down. They couldn't do nothing.
As soon as he went out, the defense fell right apart.
Yeah. So,
But I mean,
Look,
the game's on Sunday, so we got a lot of War Week left. We still got to digest the rest of Week 8. It's for you guys, it's the Fox game of the week, which it should be this week. I'll tell you what, CBS got their money's worth out of moving the Bears Commanders game, because like I said, walking through the airport in Atlanta, there everyone there was talking about that game. They got their money's worth in that game. Commander fans were great too. Like, I've been to a lot of away games, right, throughout the years, and sometimes you'll go and fan bases will be kind of dickish. Commanders fans were not. They were very like, hey, especially like tailgate. It was like a huge mix, and everyone's just kind of partying together, enjoying football. And in the stadium, where we were sitting, obviously a lot of season ticket holders, and they weren't, get out of our house or any of that crap. We had a lot of fun with the Commander fans, man. They were a hoot. The worst fans we saw, believe it or not, were Bears fans. There was just 3 Bears fans in front of us. It was a grandfather, a father, and a son. The father would not sit down. He's sitting right in front of my wife. The dude would not sit down for anything. He stood for all 3 hours.
Oh my God!
Dude, it's like a kickoff. Like, just sit down. Yeah. It's like, come on. And even Commander fans were getting on this guy. He would not sit down. He was just like one of those, well, I paid for these seats, I'm entitled kind of dudes. And even this kid was like, Dad, you're pissing everyone off behind you. Sit down.
That's kind of fucked up. If you're going to stand the whole time, they got standing room areas, man. Fucking take your ass
in the 6th row of the end zone. He's in row 6. So that means everyone behind you now has to stand. And it's like, come on, man.
Bro, I'd have spilled my beer on him a couple times. I'd have spilled my beer right on his ass a couple times. Fuck that.
I didn't want to waste the beer,
Yeah, but to answer,
after he gets wet enough, he's going to leave, or he's going to turn around and you get him thrown out. Then fuck that.
But to answer,
I didn't mean to spill it. I accidentally dropped it, but I'm sorry it got on him like it did. He was standing. Maybe if he was sitting, it wouldn't have got.
It was a nice play. I got excited. Sorry.
But to answer JB's question on Jordan Love, the MRI came back and it's only a strain, and he is day-to-day. And he's most likely playing against Detroit, but it's not official.
And Jair came back not.
Yeah, no severe injury to his knee, but Jair is more up in the air than Love.
Yeah. Jair, we probably won't see. You guys are going to get lucky. I'm fucking telling you.
I hope to God he can play.
I wish he could, bro, but I don't want to see him fucking ruin his knee, bro. It's his knee, so.
I mean, we can start getting to week 9. We'll get into week 9 into Thursday a little bit tomorrow, then Thursday, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of practice week, and guys who you think will be on the list won't be on the list, and guys who you think would not be on some list. Well, and that's one thing. Like, speaking of lists, like, dude, like the Bears Sunday missing, Brisker and Gordon, we felt that, and that was felt. Brisker and Gordon, more so maybe Brisker, because the Bears weren't getting pressure, and Sweat went down during the game, right? Sweat got hurt during the game and left, so he wasn't in on that final play. The injury reports, man, they're at this point of the season, guys on Monday, you're gonna think, they're gonna be on the injury report, and all of a sudden they're not gonna show up, and the guy you didn't even realize would be on the injury report for concussion, like Brisker was, right? All of a sudden it's on it. Brisker's been out now, 2 games, 3 weeks. He must have had a hell of a concussion. Because think about it, Brisker didn't go to London, then they had the bye week, and he didn't play this week. That's 3 weeks he's been out. So
The hate is real. The hate is real for Rodgers.
Yeah, he just can't win. I can't believe the Jets lost. And hey, what about Baltimore losing to Cleveland?
Bro, hey, facts.
I couldn't freaking believe that one.
I mean, Jameis Winston
still got it.
Jameis Winston, bro. Fuck.
We were sitting in the stands following that game as well at the end, and people were like,
Josh,
holy crap. Like, Baltimore's getting beat by Cleveland? Like, really? Like, no one could believe it. No one could believe it.
Josh, you missed it. Ken showed his own clip, bro. He had his own clip of the.
Here, Josh. Here, I'll play it one more time. Josh, this is
Josh. This is from Ken's perspective, so everybody knows how Ken felt. This is from his perspective. I'm sorry, bro.
Am I good, Rob? Am I good? Okay. I mean, I can't even set up my own clip because Rob's going to set up my own clip. So, I'll say this. Yeah, go get some coffee. So here's the. Jesus Christ. So here's the thing. We never get to show NFL game footage of here because of copyright. However, I shot the footage on my phone from my seat in the end zone. Therefore, we can get away with it. Here is for my seat in the end zone, which, by the way, for the Swift touchdown, he ran right at me. So I was on that sideline. He literally ran right at me. Here's the final play of Sunday night game in DC, or actually in Maryland. Yeah, insane. And people like, so here's the thing. There was such a big Bears contingent there. Like, as the play was starting, all the Bears fans are cheering, like, yeah, we're going to win this game. And then that happened, and then Bears fans fell silent, and Washington Commander fans got loud. So in the game, it was like the same noise level. It was just kind of very surreal. Let me show you guys one more clip. Oh, I got to bring it up. And, yeah, check this out. It's got to upload here real quick, and I'll show you this last clip. Hopefully, my wife doesn't get mad at me. So I stopped recording, and then I thought to myself, "No, I need to record the rest of this." Because I was just like, I was in such disbelief. The clip's uploading right now. I'll show you a few seconds immediately after the play. I put the phone down for a second. And I was like, holy crap. I mean, the whole stadium was like, holy crap. We can't believe what we just saw. Come on. It's still uploading. But what was funny was, this is one of those stories, too. It happens every game. So we had some season ticket holders behind us, right? And his wife is like 3 minutes up in the game, she goes to my wife. She goes, we're never here this late. We're usually gone by this point in the game. Traffic out. But no, we're staying. And the Bears drove, scored a touchdown, got the 2 points, and then right before the kickoff, they left. So he missed that play. So I'm sure he's going to the parking lot, and all of a sudden heard the stadium erupt. And he's like, "What the hell did I just miss?" It's like the classic, you just don't leave till the game's over. Oh, this video is still uploading here, and I'll show you guys. There you go. Okay, now it's processing. Jeez,
I blame the official. I blame the guys commenting on the game for jinxing you, because they go, after 59 minutes and 33 seconds, the Bears finally have the lead. You guys had it for like 27 seconds.
Yeah. Dude, it was a good game overall. I mean, the first quarter started kind of like we figured it would, and then they started making adjustments, and then in the fourth quarter they owned it. And just
it was the fourth quarter that got exciting because, bro, your defense saved you guys the whole game.
Well, we got the touchdown.
Ben not
break. We got the touchdown in the third quarter because Swift ran right at me.
Yeah, he
blew. So they were on
he made a play, and that started it off.
Here's the reaction right after the touchdown. Yeah, you saw my wife. She's like, "Do you see that?" Like, I saw that. But it's like everyone was just kind of like, it was insane. Man. It was insane. But you know what? Even after the game, Commanders fans were really cool, man. Like sometimes you go to an away game. If you win, the taunting. If you lose, the taunting. Everyone was just like, "Oh my god, oh my god, did you see that?" There was like, "Oh, your team sucks." There was none of that. It was like, "Oh my god, what a great game." Oh my god, I hope this is the playoff matchup. We're in for a great one if it is. I mean, look at the Bears the whole game. Caleb was getting no time. I mean, in the second quarter, he escaped the sack, and I was like, oh my god, right? And then they got him, 7 yards later, knocked us out of field goal range. But that was a game for Caleb. Like that was his first half, was like just trying to survive. In the second half, it was a little bit the same, but once again, though, what I love about Caleb is he always, I wouldn't say he regressed. There's just complete doubt about that, Josh. He totally did not regress. He was still always looking downfield to make a throw, right? He was definitely pressured from here until the end of time in that game. The offensive line showed it still needs a lot of work because he had no time to do anything. I mean, and watching the game and seeing where people were at, he had people to throw to. In a couple throws, he was just lucky to get the ball out of his hand. I wouldn't say Williams regressed. I mean, he did lead them on 2 drives into the red zone at the end of the game. I'll tell you what, and Josh, that's the thing. Fans at the game were like, we're going to see these 2 guys going for a long time. And a lot of fans were talking about, well, how stupid NFL analysts are. All these draft analysts and everything, right? It was just like, we were told coming into this year's draft after last year, right? Oh, remember the year prior when the Bears traded the pick? Oh, the next quarterback class isn't that good. Dude, this quarterback class is ridiculous. You got Jaden, you've got Caleb, you got Bo, all performing really well. Yeah, offensive line is the problem in Chicago. Maybe we'll make a deal this week. I don't know. Dude, yeah, I mean, Cam, timing's one thing, but timing, when your timing is continually disrupted by pass rush and you have no time, hard to be working on timing, man. It's not that he's throwing behind target. It's just that they were on him fast. He didn't have time. I mean, he would put the ball. There were a couple balls, like he put the ball where it needed to be area-wise, but made it as such that if his receiver couldn't get it, no one else could. No interceptions. The only turnover of the game was the fumble on the goal line by our backup center, who I don't know why they were trying to run.
That's on Caleb too, because that guy didn't even have it. He's like squirt. I'm like, no one even knew how it came out till they showed the slow mo, and they were like, boom, it came right out.
That's on the center, man. He didn't secure that ball like he should have. But that's the only turnover of the game. He didn't put balls in dangerous areas. I mean, and really, if you think about it, they had the one big play to Scary Terry in the first half, that 67-yard pass. Other than that, it was a bunch of small dinky doinky stuff. And we weren't getting pressure. I don't think we had a sack. The whole game. So
he was under a lot of pressure. Of pressure.
Caleb was under a ton of pressure, and we weren't applying pressure. I think that's where he missed Brisker and Gordon some in that respect. And the Bears got to do better on the offensive line. They need to go and get offensive line help, be it this week before the trade deadline next Tuesday. I mean, we get the Cardinals this week, so we'll see. But they need to get some offensive line help. That's what they need. I think if they get the offensive line, Caleb has already shown you give him time, he's going to pick you apart. And both these Jaden Daniels, you give him time, he's going to make passes. Both these kids are, and they both are very elusive. Watching them both play was fun as hell. But that last play, man, was just insane, and the atmosphere was insane. And like, I can't give enough kudos to Commanders fans, to Redskins fans. I mean, they're so welcoming, and we all got to enjoy So we got a couple Commanders podcasters actually you might start seeing on the show here that I met while I was out there too. So as we expand the base out from the north, great game. I mean, dude, I can see them winning the East. I mean, they I can see them winning the East. This could be a playoff rematch. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. I mean, the Bears have a tough schedule. It felt like a playoff game. When we were there, it felt like a playoff. So, yeah, it was a fun game, man. And then some of the other games, people were talking about the Baltimore game. Couldn't believe Baltimore lost to Cleveland, of all teams. People couldn't believe the Lions. That was chattered throughout the stadium. People couldn't believe the Packers with another walk-off field goal.
Yeah.
You guys got a kicker now.
Yeah, I was about to say McManus looks like he's going to be the real deal for us.
Yeah. Thank God. Fucking A. Thank God.
Yeah, Philip. They are a surprise team, I think, for a lot of us Commanders. And when talking to Commander fans, look, our defense, they got a bunch of guys who just wanted to be there. They signed basically their whole defense is new. Dude, their defense has played. You think after they got rid of their edge rushers at the trade deadline last year that Washington's defense wasn't going to be all that good. They went and signed some guys, man, very quietly, and they've been good all year.
Well, you weren't here yesterday, but Joe brought it up. He goes, remember how we talked at the beginning of the year about how they were getting rid of all their players? They got rid of Dotson. We're like, they should be putting pieces around to protect their quarterback they just picked up. Clearly, they knew their offense could handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave you guys a lot. They put a lot of yards on you, but you guys did not let them score. You just let them kick field goals. That's it. You did your job, man. That's why you guys were in it in the fourth quarter.
If I'm a Commanders fan, the only thing I'm worried about with that offense is red zone efficiency, because the Bears would stop them every time. They're great between the 20s, but even in red zone efficiency, they weren't giving up sacks. They weren't giving up sacks. Their O-line, they weren't able to punch it in, and they had a couple plays actually where they could have scored a touchdown, but like one got called back. That I remember. Another one was dropped. So, I mean, they're very close. Very close. So, Washington's going to keep getting better. Guys, come playoff team time, they're going to be a team to watch. I mean, I know we talk about the North a lot, but really, you got to look at that Commanders team in the playoffs. I think they can do a lot. They can do a lot of damage. I mean, their defense is stout. Their offense can definitely move the ball. Their red zone efficiency is what hurt them this week against the Bears, and the Bears almost made them pay. If it wasn't for a once-in-a-lifetime finish, they would have made them pay, right? Yeah, I mean, their red zone efficiency is what they got to improve on, and they were pretty damn close on a couple. A drop ball, a penalty flag, that's what cost them in the red zone. That's definitely what cost them in the red zone. I mean, another game that people are watching. I see Joe. They were showing the Raiders game, the scores. They're like, "What the hell? The Raiders were winning." Yeah. Like the Raiders put up a game against the Chiefs. That generated some buzz in the stadium. Of course, the Packers with the walk off. The fact that the Jets lost to the Pats was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
That was wild.
Yeah, I thought it was a get-right game. I thought Devontae and Rodgers were going to hook up 52 yards. Woo!
People were mad
Joe, fuck Devontae. Say it, Joe. Fuck Devontae.
It was a good game.
I don't have to say it. The Jets are already saying it for me.
That's right.
Damn.
Interesting times, man. But yeah, thanks again to all the Commanders fans, man. You guys were great. Love being out with you guys. I'd go back out there for a game. Travel out there was great Friday. We flew out there. It was simple. It was easy. Flying back was easy too. Actually, the flights were just so goddamn early in the morning. We had to get up at 3:00 in the morning to go to the airport. Rental car return and all that good stuff. I'll tell you one thing: if you're going to go to a Commanders game, though, like we stayed at Baltimore at PWI, we stayed right there at the airport at a Hilton or DoubleTree, right there by the airport. It's like a 30-minute drive into the stadium because the stadium's actually in Maryland. You don't have to actually stay in DC, but easy enough to get into that stadium. Like every other NFL stadium, pain in the ass to get out. So just plan on tailgating after the game. And they got cool fans. They tailgate after the game too. So yeah. But you know what? I love going to a game, but I kind of in a way, like staying at home watching them better. Because then I can watch all the games.
Agreed, Brent. Agreed.
So I felt a little disconnected from the rest of the games because you know. But no, it's great atmosphere.
The Bills won in Seattle, right? The Bills won in Seattle.
Yeah, they stomped them.
Yeah, they beat them in Seattle. The 12-man was no effect.
Yeah, Bills are gonna be good.
There's a lot of home losses this year, bro. A lot of teams that you normally win at home. I mean, we even lost at home. I mean, there's everybody. The Lions haven't lost at home, right?
We haven't lost at home. We got the longest win streak in NFL.
Oh yeah, you guys haven't lost at home.
You know what's funny? The Bears, if you think about look at our record at 4-3, all 4 wins are at home, all 3 losses are on the road.
It's them road crowds. they be brown bottling your water.
No, I mean, you know what though? It was a very
31-10.
It was 60-40. It was 60-40 crowd. There were tons of Bears fans there. Tons of Bears fans there. So, you know, it's home. I don't know why the Bears went on the road right now, but yeah, we're good at home.
Oh, you did lose at home. Lions lost to Tampa Bay at home.
Yeah,
so they did. Everybody, see, look. Wow, yeah. So see, everybody. I mean, it's weird, right? It's not like a normal season. It's like everybody. You're home winners. Even the Chiefs, maybe the Chiefs. You guys.
What is a normal season? We say this every year. Oh, it's not a normal. Is a normal season anymore? I mean, we always say it. Oh, it's not a normal season. This season's not. We say it every year.
This season is unlike any other in NFL history. It's like, they're all kind of that way, right?
Well, Joe, maybe it's more common for Raider fans, but not Packer fans.
No, it's once they opened up the sports betting, that's when the seasons were never the same.
Yeah, but the one thing I truly believe in is the injury bug, and it can go around and get any team. Like suddenly, you're like everybody's injured. You're fucking nagging injuries. It's fucking just it nags your game. It fucking slows you down. I fucking hate it.
Well, I mean, but then it's interesting because look at the Lions. They lose Aiden Hutchinson, and they haven't skipped the beat. The Bears lose Brisker and Gordon. Huge effect in the game Sunday. I don't think Washington moves the ball as well as they did. If those two are in the game, we might have actually gotten more pressure on the quarterback. But yeah, I mean, for the Bears it showed, but for the Lions it hasn't really showed. Now, could it be because they lucked out schedule wise, where when they played the Vikings, they were able to mask it a little bit, and they played a really bad team in Tennessee. And this is the first week we're going to see them tested when they come into Green Bay. I mean. I think injuries, it's not just that, what you're saying, Rob, it's also timing of injuries, right? If you get a guy out and you're going to play a trash team the next week, okay, well, it doesn't really affect you. But when you're starting to play top-tier teams, right, that's when we notice it.
Yeah. Last thing I want to see is injuries going into a rivalry game, a Lions game, or, And we didn't have Jair when we faced the Vikings. I mean, and it showed we missed them. Fuck those kind of games. You want your best players, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So you guys, I mean, they're gonna be without Aiden. You guys might be out without Jair. I mean, injury bugs. You hate them, but this is the time of season they're gonna start happening.
Yeah,
this is the time of season they're gonna start happening. I mean, the Bears just lost Sweat. We'll see where he ends up on the report.
I know, Jeremy. Let's just throw out all the stats.
Oh, shit. He said Jerry has gotten robbed by Dak without a football.
Yeah.
Dak is the kindest armed robber there ever was, isn't he? He's like, just give me the $60 million.
Oh, there we go. A-Dub's got a definition of a normal NFL season. He goes, a normal NFL season would be one where there are no surprises transpiring for any NFL fans during the year.
Yeah,
so what you're saying, A-Dub, is we've never had a normal NFL season.
Yeah, it's never been done.
Never been
It's
done.
only talked about. It's like the famed unicorn. You know, it's only talked about. It's like the Raiders winning the Super Bowl. It's only talked about.
Hey, it happened 3 times, dude.
I know, bro. I'm just teasing.
3 times in a 7-year span.
Hey, I'll say this too. You know, like Northwest Stadium, I think it's like 20-some years old. Dude, still a great stadium. I don't know why these teams all have to have brand new stadiums. That their stadium it's a nice stadium. Nice stadium, fan friendly too. I mean, I know here the Bears were pushing for a new stadium, but that stadium was nice. It was a nice stadium. I mean, it's like Lambeau should never be. I don't think Lambeau ever will, but some of these old stadiums, man, it was still great atmosphere. I didn't realize how big Washington's Ring of Honor was. It almost goes around the entire stadium at this point. Yeah. What I did love, though, is with the new ownership group, like the fans were commenting how much they loved the new ownership group there. And like they renamed like the one road, you know, Sean Taylor Way. It was $200. I almost wish but it was like a jersey with a hoodie sewn into it. And then the Sean Taylor hoodie jerseys, which were just gorgeous. They're like $200. I was like, yeah, no, I can't do it. But I like how they're paying homage to like their older, you know, like guys like Sean Taylor, and whatnot. So I like to go. I need to go to some other games in the area. I'd go to Atlanta, but
Jerry should start selling Parsons. Wow.
This
I
is
would
the
have
week.
sold back and kept Parsons. That's what I would have did if I was Jerry. I
Hey,
would have
here,
did it the other way. I would
I
have
said
paid
it at the
Parsons.
beginning of the season. I said it before the season even started. You guys heard me say it. I said if I was Jerry, I would sell Dak, dude. Either sign and trade or just let him walk.
So look at after week 8 now, we heard a couple. Who's it? New England said they're selling. They're open for business. Right? Was it New England said that after they just won? But what teams do we think are trading this week or looking to maybe sell? Based off
Carolina, but I don't know what the hell you'd want out of there.
Jacksonville, probably.
I honestly don't know if Jacksonville would be selling. With the way they played the past 2 weeks, I think they might try and ride it out this year and take whatever comes and then redo it with a new coach next year.
So you think they're just going to play this season out and fire Peterson?
Yep.
They've got some extra linemen I wouldn't mind having on the offensive side of the ball. They got a couple offensive linemen that can move 1 or 2 of them and still be good. Right now, anything's going to be better than Nate Davis in Chicago. And Brad Holmes was like, or was it? No, it wasn't Holmes that hinted. It was Campbell hinted that they were going to do something, wasn't it? Saw that come across the screen this morning. The Lions might be looking to picking up an edge. But if nothing happens this week, you've got games Sunday and Monday night. And what time is it Tuesday? Like 3:00 in the afternoon. Tuesday is the deadline, something like that.
Yeah, 4 Eastern is usually what it is.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Do teams make the move this week, or they wait till after week 9?
I think the Rams should. I think the Rams should consider being sellers. Like I know that their division isn't really good, and I know, but like Stafford is getting older. I think they could right now, if they were to trade Stafford, they could still get somewhat of a haul for him, and they're already talking about getting rid of Kupp. Like just jumpstart your rebuild this year, because realistically, even if you win your division, you're not going to win the Super Bowl, dude. Like, you're not going to beat the Lions. Like, you're not, come on. You're not going to beat the Packers. You're not going to beat a really good team.
But if you're the Rams, look, you've played 3 NFC North teams so far, right? The only one they haven't played so far is the Packers. You beat the Vikings, and you lost close games to Detroit and Chicago. I mean, they've been in games they've lost. So, I mean, they're a game and a half out. The 49ers are reeling right now from injuries and everything else. I don't know if they sell. They're in it.
I'm not saying they will. I'm saying I think they should. If they're going to get rid of Kupp, I think they should just go ahead and jumpstart their rebuild. Like, how many more years realistically are you going to get out of Stafford? I would try to trade him while he still has some value, because I think you could still get a first-round pick for him right now, like maybe even a first and something additional, But
they missed the playoff. They missed the playoffs last year, right? The Rams.
No, the Rams made it. They're the hottest.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. They did.
Because of last year, the Rams got hot at the end, and they were one of the hottest teams in the league coming into the playoffs. And that was a comment Thursday night. It's like, man, these guys are looking like they're going to do that again.
I mean, I kind of agree with Joe, but if they can make it to the playoffs, I mean, it makes Stafford a little more valuable, man. You just ride him out the year, and then you trade him at the end of the year, or you trade him, in the off season. Especially if you go far. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't want to give up on my season. Yeah, they give up on Stafford. That's it, bro. Their season's toast.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, because it made a huge difference, bro. Look what they did when they had Tua and Kupp last week. Holy shit! And that was Tua. Yeah. I mean, that was Nakua. That was him, Nakua, on a snap count, because he's not back 100%. That was him on a snap count, and he tore it up.
But look at it this way, like I agree with you. Like, I don't think that they will. I think that they feel good enough about where they're at in the division that they're going to ride it out. But if I was a GM, I would consider it, simply because what do the Rams have, like 3 wins right now?
I mean, you entertain the offer, bro. You entertain the offer. I mean, you got to entertain any offer that comes your way. But if nobody's buying on them,
if they have 3 wins right now, if you sell Stafford, sell Kupp, get rid of, you start your rebuild now, you're going to have a top pick in the upcoming draft. You're going to have, probably a top 10 pick.
They're 3-4 right now. They're 3-4
so
on a 2-game
you got 3 wins. You got 3 wins. You get rid of Stafford, you might not win another game. So you're not whatever you got for Stafford, plus whatever you got for Kupp, plus whatever you get for whoever else you're selling.
But the Cardinals are. But look at the Cardinals are 4-4 winning their division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're 4-4 winning the division. So you're 3-4. Why are you selling? Right now, if the playoffs were to start, the Bears are the 8th team. They're the odd man out at 4-3. The Eagles are 5-2. Right? The Bucks are 4-4. The Niners are 4-4. The Seahawks are 4-4. The Rams are 3-4. They're in the mix. They're not selling. Like, teams are selling. Like, the Panthers are 1-7. The Giants are 2-6. The Saints are 2-6. The Cowboys are 3-4. They're probably not in their division, right? With the Commanders being 6-2, but they're only, if you think about it, if they win this week and go to 4-4, they're in the playoff hunt still.
Yeah.
The only teams there,
like I said, I don't expect them to trade Stafford, but I just would try to get something while he still has value, because anything can happen in the next 8 weeks. I guarantee you the Raiders would take Stafford right now.
That's why Joe's like lobbying for this.
Yeah. I mean, the only teams that you could probably say, the only teams you could say without a doubt probably have no shot to playoffs right now in the NFC.
We'll take
the NFC would be the Saints, the Giants, and the Panthers. Those are the only 3 teams in the NFC that are probably out. Now the AFC, look at the Chargers have the 7th spot at 4-3. Right, the Colts are in the 8 at 4-4, and then the Bengals are the 9th spot at 3-5. Then from 10 through 16, it's like everyone's got 2 wins until you get to the Titans at 1-6. So really, the only team out is probably the Titans. I mean, the Pats said they're going to sell; they're 2-6. The Jets should probably sell; they're 2-6. The Jags, the Browns, the Raiders, the Dolphins are all 2-win teams. They're all 2-win teams. So, I mean, you probably can make a better case for the Raiders to be sellers than buyers in that case. Because you're not KC.
Hell
I mean, they're
no.
undefeated.
I was with you up
Well,
until
I mean-
that point, baby. There's no way.
Look at the Chargers are 4-3. You guys are 2-6. I mean, you're 2 games back. I mean, I guess you're kind of still in it,
No.
but the Raiders could go either way on this. They could be sellers. The Browns probably won't sell. They just pulled off that win. The Jags should sell. The Jets should do some selling. They don't really have any pieces anyone wants, though. That's the problem. The Pats, it's already said, they're open for business.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I don't think the Raiders are going to sell, and I don't think they should, because I think their problems are a direct result of quarterback play and some pretty bad offensive play calling. I don't think it's necessarily a talent issue, so I wouldn't sell if I was the Raiders, but I would be looking to buy. Like if let's say if the Rams did decide to trade Stafford, if I was the Raiders, I would be in on it. Have Stafford be your bridge quarterback.
I don't think they're trading Stafford, man.
I don't think they are either, but I'm just saying I would definitely put in an offer if it became available.
Just make an offer.
You know,
And I don't think the
They'll
Niners. I don't think the
entertain
Niners
it,
are
bro.
selling either. The Niners are like, look, we're that division being the way it is, we're still hanging tough. If we can get CMC
Would you
back,
take Purdy? Would you take Purdy?
what, contract year?
on the Raiders,
Yeah.
he's better than
I mean, he's
Minshew.
looking for
so-
his first big contract. You guys could give him his first big contract.
See, that's the thing. I don't want to give him a big contract.
But once again, though,
I'd
the
give him-
Niners aren't. Look at the Niners aren't selling either. They're 4-4.
Yeah, I
They're
get it, bro.
4-4, and they're like, look at the Cardinals are 4. They're tied for first base. The Cardinals are 4-4 in the first place, right? So if you're them, you're like, why would I sell? We have the same record as the first place team, and we're without CMC and Ayuk, and we're still in the hunt, and we can get CMC back.
Yeah. CMC.
They might be trying to buy.
At least they're clinging to that. If CMC was lost for the season, I think they might do some
I mean,
horse
really,
trading.
the only teams I can see selling right now in the NFC, based off record and where they are within the standings of viability of making the playoffs, would be the Saints, the Giants, and the Panthers. All 2-6, 2-6, and 1-7 respectively.
Man, you guys got all that for Goff? God damn, 2 firsts, a third. God damn.
That was a big trade.
Well, hey, look, Goff's paying off right now this season, bro. Look, this is his golden year, bro. Best season ever in his career. Gotta be. Hands down.
So, I mean,
Yeah. But does anybody here think that Matt Stafford is worth Max Crosby right now?
No.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
Because
Well,
you take
yes
out,
and
you
no.
take away the running back and the 2 wide receivers, and I don't know if Stafford's got it, Could he lift a team with nobody on it? Could he do that?
yeah,
Anybody believe that?
because he does. He's done it, and he even did this year. Like even some games they
He's
lost.
done it before, but he's
Well,
old now.
even did. Like they lost a couple games that but Stafford was still doing Stafford things, and he kept them in games. He kept them in games, and he did do that. It just wasn't enough to say beat the Lions or beat the Bears, but he kept them close.
How
Yeah.
old is Stafford?
that's why I said I'd be willing to make an offer on him because Stafford's still got something in the tank, dude. Like, he's still got something.
Yeah, he's got a couple years.
But he's just
Yeah,
not
he's
worth
like
Max
38.
Crosby, in my opinion.
38, 30, 37?
No, he's not that old. I think he's like
Oh,
30.
he's not? Okay. Well, then, yeah, I would make a play. If he's not, the other
He's
side
younger
of
than
37.
Rodgers. He's
Yeah,
younger
that's
than
what I mean. 'Cause
Rodgers.
look at what Rodgers is doing. He's got all kinds of talent over there and can't make it happen.
They-
He even
Rodgers.
brought in his
hey,
buddy.
You
Yeah,
know what
making
though? The funny thing about Rodgers is now Rodgers doesn't have what he always had in Green Bay, an offensive line. That offensive line is that's terrible. They need an offensive line. They're like the Bears. They need an offensive line. And there are a lot of teams that need an offensive line, and there aren't enough good offensive line players that can be on the trading block.
I wouldn't take Watson if they paid us to take him.
Really?
I don't know if anyone's actually looking to trade for a quarterback at the deadline. I think people are looking for trade for receivers, running backs, and line. Edge and O line.
Yep.
You know,
There might be a
Ravens
corner
are
or
looking for a
something.
linebacker.
There might be a
Ravens
corner
want a
that gets
linebacker.
traded. You know,
Yeah,
maybe somebody needs a corner because they're thin at secondary.
There's been talk of Preston Smith on the Packers. I mean,
Cam, that's the Jags have a couple. That's just a decent O lineman. Oh, free agents. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at free agency or this. I don't even. Dude, if they're a free agent at this point, Bakhtiari is obviously the top of that class. But after Bakhtiari, there's really nothing in free agency. And Bakhtiari, teams are staying away from because of his injury history and the amount of money he wants. And he wants to be a starter, this, that, and the other. So teams have stayed away from Bakhtiari. He's kind of like retired himself like Des Bryant did because of his demands. So, no, there aren't offensive linemen out there. Teams would be signing these guys already. At the trade deadline, there might be a couple available. And then I have to look at next year's free agency list, to see what's out there. But, dude, there are a lot of teams who need, like the Jets need an O-line, the Bears need an O-line. There are quite a few teams that
the Giants need an O-line.
Yeah, Giants need O-line.
Shit, even the Vikings do now with them losing their left tackle.
Yeah.
The Raiders need an O-line.
Yeah, so there are a lot of teams that are having O-line issues. So, like I said, Bakhtiari's there, but no one's going to want to pay him what he wants to get paid or make him a starter right away. And that's what he wants.
Yeah. Joshua, wherever the hell you heard that from, do not believe a freaking word of it, nor what they say in the future, because there ain't no way in hell that Darius Smith is coming back to Green Bay. He said that he would love to go to the Lions so he could play the Vikings and Green Bay twice.
Yeah.
There ain't no way in hell he's playing for us again.
Yeah.
Baltimore is going to be a player, I think, for linebackers. Or a guy like
I could see him going back to Baltimore.
Yeah.
But even with that, I don't know how open they'd be to it because they already had a contract with him, and at the last second he pulled out so he could go to Minnesota. So they might even be off the Z train too.
Memories are very short when you're in need.
Nah.
So yeah, there's.
If a guy can help you, you're going to go out and get him, dude.
Yeah.
If you think he can help you win, you're going to go get him. All that stuff in the past doesn't really matter.
Like at this point of the season now, we can finally start to look at our teams. Okay, am I happy? Am I not happy? I think like for the Raiders, they're obviously not where Raiders fans or any of us thought they would be, right? So obviously that dysfunctional house that is the Vegas Raiders needs some more function put back in, and maybe getting rid of Adams gets rid of some of that dysfunctionality they had in their clubhouse, and now it's about gearing for next year. If you're in the NFC North, you got to be happy where all the teams are in the North. Look, I'm happy at 4-4. I'm on track to win 10 games, so I'm happy. Yeah, I'm not happy about my O-line. Well, otherwise, I'm happy. If you're Green Bay, you're happy because you're winning games and your defense is playing pretty decently. They're not great yet. They're not really that good, but they're doing good enough. That's all that matters. So you're happy. If you're Minnesota, you're over the moon. Yeah, you've lost 2 in a row, but dude, you've got a good record.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Lions, you're like, well, this is where we thought we should be, and you should be happy even with. So I think there are a lot of fan bases that are pretty happy right now. In the NFC North, if you're the Carolina Panthers, yeah, you're pissed off, and I get it. If you're the Jets, you're pissed off. If you're the Commanders, you're over the moon. If you're a Cowboys fan, you're pissed off. If you're a Eagles fan, you're kind of ambivalent, probably. If you're a Niners fan, you're probably happy because with CMC and Ayuk out, you're still in it. If you're a Rams fan, you're like, hey, we've got some life.
And on that terrible take, it's about that. So we want to thank all of y'all for watching, especially thank yous for commenting. Have yourself a wonderful day, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
The Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube.